All right, now we're going to move on to Josh Barnett versus Pedro Hizzo. Now, this is the fight that I'm really looking forward to. I used to be a big Pedro Hizzo fan, and Josh Barnett, good fighter. A lot of people consider him in the top 5 heavyweights right now. Good subs. Go to Pedro Hizzo, though. You got a guy who has awesome stand-up. So this is going to be he's got a good ground game, but it's not nothing that really stands out. And definitely, I would believe that Barnett would have the upper hand on the ground. But standing up, it's all Pedro Hizzo. Pedro hits very hard. I'm going to go with Pedro Hizzo on this one, not just because I like him, but because I think that he can pull it off. I think that if even he goes to the ground, I think he'll be able to find a way to get back up and win this fight.
Like I said before, I'm going to go All-American on this card. Even though I'm not a big Josh Barnett fan, I think that he'll definitely want to take it to the ground. If you've seen the Munson fight, he done really well. His leg kicks were really good. But Pedro Hizzo is also coming off a win against Jeff Munson, so this is a really good matchup. But like I said, I think that Josh Barnett will want to take this to the ground, and I think he has it there. So I got Josh Barnett on this one.
I'm going Pedro Hizzo. We'll see how it turns out. So now we're going to move on to Andrei Arlovski versus Ben Rothwell. Now this should be a good fight if Andrei Arlovski doesn't make it boring.
Yeah, if he pushes the fight, it'll be really good. He's going to have to watch out for Ben Rothwell's stand-up. His stand-up is really good. He was 9-0 in the IFL, and this will be a really good challenge for him.
Yeah, although not to say it, Andrei Arlovski's stand-up is awesome.
Yeah,
he's a world class. But as far as it goes, though, I'm looking at Ben Rothwell being the aggressor in this fight, mainly because of the last performances of Andrei Arlovski. His last few performances haven't been that notable, somewhat boring. But I'm going to go with Ben Rothwell just because I want him to win, and I think he may be able to pull it off if he's aggressive enough.
Yeah, with the IFL guys, this pay-per-view is really going to give them it's really going to showcase what they can do and how they're going to do well in the sport of MMA, not just IFL. Yeah. I'm going to go with Ben Rothwell on this one. I think he's a very confident fighter. I think he'll push the fight, and I think he'll knock out Arlovski. If not, he'll win the decision on it.
All right. Now we're going to move up to the fight of the night. This fight, a lot of people are looking forward to, mainly because, in my opinion, this fight is the most notable opponent that Fedor's fought in quite a while, and it's Tim Sylvia. Fedor versus Tim Sylvia. Your thoughts, Dave?
Tim Sylvia, former heavyweight champ of the UFC. I mean, what else can you say? I'm not a big fan of Tim Sylvia, but he's an amazing fighter, and I think in a long time, Fedor hasn't fought a caliber fighter like Tim Sylvia. Tim Sylvia is no pushover by any means.
Actually, in my opinion, I believe that if you're going to put down on paper a fighter that could beat Fedor, it would be Tim Sylvia. I believe that Tim Sylvia has, for one thing, he has the height advantage. Fedor's going to be punching up. Fedor's really not known as a knockout puncher. He's an awesome ground and pound, but he's not known as a super knockout puncher. Tim Sylvia is. Tim Sylvia is going to be punching down. Okay, we know that his power is phenomenal. And he's also pinpoint accurate with his punches. Awesome takedown defense.
Awesome takedown.
Awesome.
That I think if he's really on top of his game, that's what's going to win him the fight. Fedor will try to take him down, but if he can sprawl, then the stand-up game will. I'm saying, and I may be wrong, but I think the stand-up game, he has it. If he can sprawl, if he can take those, if he can defend those takedowns, then he's got this fight.
He definitely has the stand-up. We know that. We know. I'm going to go with Tim Sylvia by knockout. I do think Fedor's chin is kind of questionable. We've seen Fajita in Pride almost knock him out. He rocked him pretty hard. Yeah, he recovered, but Fajita's not really known as a big knockout artist, and Tim Sylvia is. And also, Tim Sylvia is pinpoint accurate with his punches. I see this being. I see Tim keeping it to his feet, and even if he goes to the ground, I see Tim getting back up, and I see Tim knocking him out. That's my take on the fight.
Yeah, I think Tim's got this. I think he's got a lot to prove by fighting Fedor. He's not with the UFC anymore, and he's really trying to make a name for himself. I think he'll go into this fight 100%. And I think that he's really going to be working on his takedown defense, and I think he's got it. I think he'll knock Fedor out. I think we'll see MMA history.
Yeah, probably. Plus, you got to look at Tim Sylvia is looking for fans.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Tim Sylvia is not the most liked man in MMA, especially in the heavyweight division. His last fight against Nog was actually a good fight. I mean, yeah, I wasn't a Tim Sylvia fan, but I found myself rooting for Tim Sylvia, and I'm a Nog fan. So he was actually doing pretty good in that fight. But the reason he was doing good is because he was stuffing Nog's takedowns the whole fight, and Nog finally got him down, submitted him.
Yeah, had to use a crazy wizard on him.
he actually, he did a good job though. And in that fight, he almost had that fight won until he got subbed. But what it comes down to though is that's how I think it's going to be a similar fight. Only I think that Nog's going to knock him out. Sylvia's going to knock him out. He's going to knock him out.
I think so too. So that's our predictions. Agree with us and not agree with us. I hope you don't agree with us because, I mean, we love the comments where people disagree with us. I love arguing about it. I love talking about it. We love the sport.
Yeah, we just love to discuss it, no matter what. Agree or disagree. We like to talk to people about the fight.
And we love to root for the underdog. That's our thing. We're going to give we got a MySpace up now for our show, which is a link should be right around in this area somewhere. But add us if you got a MySpace. If not, just go and check out our MySpace. It's public. We should be back next week with something new. Not a lot of big fights coming up. We got the Elite XC fight night with Jake Shields.
That's a ways off.
That's a little ways off. We'll have that one up, but we'll come back with something fun, something interesting.
Yes.
And we'll see you next time.
All right.